Hello, welcome to my channel. Today I'm going to make another eggless cake recipe, which is Soji Cake. Last year Hazel made many of the sweetmeats and I made biscuit, and I also made a eggless coconut cake. If you are looking for more recipes, you can check out on the channel. And don't forget, I also have snowball recipe, a shortbread, and samosas and puri pata and poli. If you feel you need more to be done in your Diwali baking, you can check the recipes out. The ingredients for today is 1 cup of cake flour, which I sieved, 1 cup of desiccated coconut, 1 cup of semolina, half a teaspoon of elaichi powder, 2 teaspoons of baking powder, 1 teaspoon of vanilla essence, 250 grams of butter, of which you can also use margarine, and half a cup of sugar and 2 cups of milk. To start off, I'm going to start melting my butter together with my milk on the stove top. Before we continue, I preheated my oven to 175. And now I've got my stove on very low. I'm going to allow this butter to melt out slowly. Butter has melted, so I'm adding in my 2 cups of milk to it. And to the milk, I'm adding in my half a cup sugar. I will continue mixing till it comes to a simmer. My milk and butter has just come to a simmer. Before switching the stove off, I'm going to add 1 teaspoon of vanilla essence to the milk. Now I'll switch the stove off. I am going to mix all my dry ingredients together. This is my 1 cup flour, my 1 cup desiccated coconut, my 1 cup semolina, my half a teaspoon of elaichi powder, and 2 teaspoons of baking powder. I give this a good mix. I'm just going to pour my milk and butter to a mixing bowl. Thereafter, I'm putting in my dry ingredients to the wet. And give this a good mix. Here's my cake batter for my Soji cake. What I'm going to do is I'm going to put a cling wrap over it and let this mixture stand for about 15 minutes so the soji can swell into the liquid. I have a baking dish that I greased, and 15 minutes has passed for our batter. So I'm going to pour this batter into the greased baking dish. I'm just going to even the dough. Here I've got some almonds that I soaked in boiling water and took off the skin. So I'm just going to decorate, trying to create little flowers, make it look beautiful. Now I'm done with the decoration. You can also use colored almonds. This is ready to be put into the oven for 30 to 40 minutes, but we'll check. In the meantime, I'm just going to make some syrup to pour over the cake when it's baked. I've got my stove on to make my syrup. I'm using 1 cup of water, to 3/4 cup of sugar, one teaspoon of rose water, and then to complete the taste of the soji, I'm adding a piece of cinnamon stick to the syrup. I will let this to boil until the sugar dissolves. Now my sugar is dissolved, and I'm just going to switch the stove off and let this cool completely. 40 minutes has passed and our cake is done. So now I'm going to take it off the oven. So here's the cake. I will allow this cake 5 minutes to rest and then pour in my syrup. 5 minutes has passed, and while the cake is still hot, we are going to add our syrup into the cake. Now we will rest this cake for another 15 minutes till the syrup seep into the cake. The cake has rested for 15 minutes. Before cutting, I'm just going to sprinkle some desiccated coconut to it. And now I'm gonna cut a piece to show you how it's done. There you go. It soaked very well in the syrup and it's smelling very divine. There you go. Our second eggless recipe of a cake that's made specially for Diwali, and it's also served with a nice cup of cappuccino to go with. I wish you all a very happy Diwali. Thank you all for watching and enjoy.